There have been dating programs on television for 4 decades now. The newest is Fox's show, Studs, which gets an audience of about 5 million people every night. The formula in these shows is very simple. You have a man, a woman, they talk on TV, then they date. Or a man, a woman, they date, then they talk on TV. Now, if you think anthropologically for a moment, if you were to collect all these dating shows and study the changes that have taken place over time in format and who gets to choose whom, what would you learn, if anything, about real life or about real dating? Well, that's the question we put to writer and datee Merrill Markoe.
We asked these ladies if there was any kissing on your dates. And they told us, believe it or not. One of them told us his soft, juicy lips devoured my flesh. Second lady said it was slow and rough, and I loved every minute of it. And the third lady said one flick of his tongue, and I was screaming with passion.
Studs is the latest and most popular show to mine the rich American television tradition of dating, humiliation, entertainment. Everyone seems to love Studs. It's one of those shows you just can't stop watching.
He kisses very nice, very nice. And we just couldn't stop kissing each other.
Really?
Yeah, his lips were like sugar. I couldn't stop kissing.
And you were like a honeybee.
Kind of.
What's so great about the way he kisses?
He's just very gentle, and he's very soft, but firm in other places. He's just very sensitive.
When did dating games begin? Well, with a dating game.
Thank you, and welcome once again to the dating game. Whoa! It's time to meet our first 3 eligible bachelors for game number 1, and here they are.
From his I'm kind of a swinger myself aviator glasses to his tuxedo, every last molecule of Jim Lang said, I'm the hostiest. But by the 80s, the prevailing hosting trend became more detached, more ironic. But they're not so detached that they didn't go ahead and forge some individual game show signatures.
We'll do it 2 and 2. Be right back at you.
At the end of the show, we're going into the bonus round where we give away these trips. And the last thing I say is, here we go.
Uh-huh.
And I've actually caught people coming up and going, here we go.
If you're set, we're ready. Here we go. Ever made love in 2 states in the same day?
There's been a steady furniture growth curve on the sets as well, from the simple stools of the dating game to the ultra-modern sofa and microphone banquette of the love connection. By the time we get to Studs, even the set seems ironically detached. However, there's one area that continues to show no ironic detachment whatsoever: the contestants. Philosophy classes of the future will probably debate why these people even volunteer for this. Remember, there is no federal or local legislation that makes it mandatory. Who are these people?
Actors.
Actors?
Sure, the straight answer is actors.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was looking for good tape on himself.
And next to Michael is John Barrow, a 26-year-old club DJ. Welcome to the show, John.
Hey, Johnny. Scientifically speaking, what's wrong with women?
This we do know. There are people who don't mind summing themselves up in 3 words or less.
Scott, I'm originally from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and I'm in banking.
And they have no trouble developing an attachment to others on the basis of information equally superficial.
I like a guy that likes the beach. I like a guy that serves.
They also have to be able to both absorb and deliver insults while never revealing anything at all facially.
He has a really nice upper body, but his legs don't quite match, and so compared to his upper body, his legs look small.
They must, of course, also have the ability to wear the big hair. Apparently, game shows are countries with their own laws. Disturbingly, no matter how far forward these shows seem to move, one thing that never changes is racial segregation.
So you tell me who said what, Jeff, and I'll give you this heart.
These shows are successful because who doesn't like to snoop into other people's private business?
It shows people what other people are doing in the dating world, and, you know, that kind of mirror helps people adjust their own behavior.
But aren't you personally relieved that people aren't sitting down and saying the stuff to you that they say to each other on your show?
Oh, yeah.
Love Connection is the scene of some of the nastiest personal moments. But boy, oh boy, very bad dates are very good drama, especially if they're not your own.
When we talked on the phone, she described herself as being an actress and a model. And I was really expecting, I guess, for a little bit more than when she did come down. And she told me she was a bikini model. And she wouldn't be modeling any bikinis for those thighs.
Early on, the dating game established oblique innuendo as an art form. It used to be that the double entendres and the euphemisms were the sexy moments.
It might be those alluring eyes, or it might be those succulent lips. But then again, it might just be something even juicier than that.
On studs these days, they've evolved kind of a 1-2 punch. There's still plenty of euphemisms.
Third lady said I knew he liked me when he let me yank on his stick. So...
Now they also just move right on past it and talk about sex as well.
He just like kept taking bites out of my leg. He kept biting him.
Biting your leg?
Dracula, yeah. He was biting him.
Did he draw any blood?
Almost.
Really?
Almost, yeah.
Did you like the fact
I have bruises, but I'm not going to show them either.
So what do these shows have to say about real-life dating and romance? Well, in 1987, the all-new dating game still had chaperones. Of course, so did I.
Let's say hello to Todd Schwery, Christina Watkins, and their chaperone, Nancy Shapiro. Here they are.
But times are getting more blunt, and so are the dating shows. Personals has incorporated a 900 number into the broadcast, so now you can have phone sex with a TV show.
If any of the guests on this show interest you, here's a 900 number. You can send a message to them. Go ahead and have a little fun. We'll be right back. We had the Playmate Centerfold of the Month on, and she got like 1,500 calls in one night.
On studs, they claim the fact that the game structure has women evaluating men makes the men sex objects, and this is supposed to be somehow kind of feminist. Except that 3 women and 2 men always leaves 1 woman stranded, sitting alone, holding up a little sign that shows she liked someone more than he liked her.
I think it's just more dramatic if they're, you know, if everything always matched up, it would be, yeah, okay, where's the drama? Where's the danger? Where's the potential for a messy suicide on camera? It's completely gone. I mean, we want to walk that nasty edge.
After all this discussion of dating, I feel it's only appropriate that I share one of my dating secrets with you. A couple years ago, I actually went out with one of these guys. When you showed up on our first date, what do you think I would have said to Mark DiCarlo if he'd cared enough to ask me? A, is somebody drowning? Why is there a lifeguard at my door? B, his blue eyes caused my head to spin as though I had a bacterial infection. Or C, he made me so nervous I passed out cold in a pool of my own saliva.
Well, since I was there, I know the correct answer is C.
How long did you go out with him? Come on. Did you see him in his underwear? Is he briefs or boxers?
Let's just say that
Briefs or boxers? Briefs or boxers? Or not mesh?
Thank you for permitting me to add my own dating humiliation to the sacred timeline of dating humiliation entertainment.
Merrill Markoe, writer and bachelorette.